on this up here. Okay, here we are going live. Day 20 of 30 days going live. Today we're going to talk about the fearful mom because I think we all have some elements of concern for our teenagers. And when you are parenting out of fear, it's breaking trust. When you're parenting out of fear, your teens can feel it, they can smell it, and it causes a lot of distance. It causes them to not want to talk to you. This whole 30-day series is about why your teenager doesn't talk to you, why they won't talk to you, why they don't want to talk to you, why they don't care about what you have to say. And it all revolves around becoming trusted. This is everything that I teach. I teach the trusted method. Here on Instagram, I share a lot of the whys, why your teenager doesn't talk to you. This 30-day series is outlining a lot of the whys. And when you're ready to go deeper, when you're like, okay, I see why now. Now I want to know how. I want to know how I can do something different. And that's what I teach at the workshop. I try and teach the workshops about once a month. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. The next workshop is May 4th, next week. If you are thinking to yourself, okay, I get it. I get it. I want my teenager to talk to me. I want my teenager to listen to what I have to say. Come to the workshop. It is linked in my bio, lab.kristenduke.com. It's like a chemistry lab. We're going to be working in the lab. But today we're going to talk about the fearful mom. If you are driven by fear, maybe you had a tricky experience with your parents as a teenager and you want something different. Maybe you've seen something, maybe it's drug related, maybe it's teen pregnancy related, maybe it's dropping out of school, not going to college, staying home a mom. What is a fear? I want to hear, if you're here live, if you're here later than live, I want to hear you type in the comments, what is a fear? When you can identify your fear, when you can mouth it, articulate it, and not just like have the fears rummaging around in your head, when you can actually articulate a fear, when you can name it, you can tame it. That's one thought. And when you can articulate a fear, you start to realize, okay, let's see, all right, is anybody naming a fear in the comments? I'm trying to look and see. Then you know how to better combat that, because I think a lot of moms think, I just need to stay calm. I just need to not overreact. This is what I hear a lot. And I shared a video yesterday. If you didn't see it, I'm drawing on my little whiteboard talking about mom's reaction. I think a lot of people think mom's reaction is mom yelling or mom freaking out. That is a visible reaction that I think a lot of moms think, I got to stop yelling. I got to stop freaking out. I got to stop overreacting. Let's see. Oh, good. You like that. Yes. I like the idea of taming it. When you name it, you can tame it. Yes. Okay. So a lot of moms think, I got to stop overreacting. I got to stay calm, right? And there is an element of that. But a lot of breaking patterns isn't just about being calm or the absence of yelling. And so I want you to think about, a lot of moms think, I just need to stay calm. But the truth is, you can't stay calm when you're parenting from fear, because you start to get this emotional dysregulation and you're just bubbled up all over. And the way you try to control and the way teens see you as being judgmental is often stemming from fear. Fear that my son scrolls too much on the phone. I don't know if this is true. Yes, right. Okay. Too much is very arbitrary, right? More than you'd like, probably less than he'd like. There's a lot of fear wrapped up in phones. So I'm glad that you said that. I will cater my conversation around that since you're here live. So oftentimes you're not overreacting. You're scared, right? As it pertains to something like phones, you're thinking, I know what the studies say. I don't want them on the phone too much. I want them to be outside. I want them to be with friends. I want them to be doing their homework and doing their chores and get off that dang phone and just right? There's a lot of that. And so it comes out annoyed or judgmental. That's what they perceive. I'm not saying you're judgmental. I'm saying that that's what they feel. This is exactly what's driving your actions. If you feel like you go from 0 to 100, this is why. It's not your teen triggering you. It is the fear wrapped up in whatever it is they're doing. In this instance, we're talking about phones. Whatever it is they're doing, there is fear. Most moms don't realize what is underneath it all. I hear a lot of moms say, I don't want to react like that, but I just do. I can't help it. I try try so hard. I try so hard. And when we slow it down, you realize it actually isn't anger when you're annoyed with the phones or something else. It is fear. Fear that they're going down the wrong path, fear that you're losing them, fear that you're messing up. And fear doesn't sound calm. It sounds urgent and intense. It sounds like overreacting. Even if you're not yelling, you don't have to yell to overreact. Reactions is saying something like, I'm disappointed in you. Reactions is get off that dang phone. Reactions can be, I'm taking that phone away until you do your homework. Let's see, I can see. How can we have a conversation about phones? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. I actually have conversation cards around phones. And I'm going to say, you know what? You send me a message because unfortunately when this live ends, I don't see these comments. So send me a message and say, tell me about the conversation cards. They're called chat cards. They're all around phone conversations. And it's a way to have a conversation with them outside of your annoyance or outside of the moment where you're seeing the phones. So as this topic today is around fear. So I want you to think of a smoke alarm. It's like a smoke alarm that goes off when you make a toast. So you're thinking, you're making toast. My words all jumbled. You're going to make some toast. Seems like an easy thing to do. All of a sudden it gets burnt and the smoke alarm goes off. Nothing dangerous is actually happening, but the alarm is loud. That's what fear does. It doesn't wait to see what's true. It reacts to what might be true. A maybe situation. Your reaction isn't the problem. It's the fear underneath it that is the problem. Fear makes you parent for the future, not in the moment. And yes, it's helpful to be mindful of what things could happen. But as it pertains to phones, I like to say your teenager doesn't want to be a screenager. So when you treat them like a screenager, when you treat them like, oh my gosh, you're so addicted to your phone. When you treat the phone as the bad guy, I mean, I love my phone too. I got lots of stuff to do on my phone. It starts to put in a deeper wedge. They start to feel shame. And when they're in a shame spiral, they don't care about anything. They stop caring about what you say. They stop caring about even what they want to do. So urgency feels to you like love, but it often lands to them as pressure. Urgency is highly associated with fear. You're not reacting to what your teen did. You're reacting to what you think it means. What do you think it means? What does it mean he's on the phone too much? He's on the phone more than you would like. He's on the phone more than you feel like your doctor, I'll just go with medical, says they should be. Have a conversation with them about it that's not out of urgency and fear. You don't need to eliminate your own personal fear. You need to lead through it. When your teen feels your fear, they don't experience it as love. They experience it as pressure, judgment, intensity. So instead of opening up and having a conversation, they shut down. And it isn't because they don't actually care. They do actually care what you have to say, because it doesn't feel safe to be honest inside of that energy dynamic. When you're parenting out of fear, they don't feel emotionally safe, trusted. This is everything that I teach in the trusted method. They don't feel safe outside when they feel that fear. So thinking about whatever it is that you fear, this mom has said phones. What are you afraid this means about your teenager, that they spend too much time on their phone? What does it mean about them? Do you think it's true, or do you think they're decompressing? If you feel like it's too much time, talk about parameters. Talk about not just saying get off your phone, but saying, hey, I would love to hear you play the piano. I know how much you love to play basketball. Would love to see you shoot some hoops. When you make the phone the bad guy, they start to feel like the bad guy. They feel like they're the bad guy. Are you reacting to a moment, or are you or the future you are imagining? What would it look like to respond without urgency? What would it look like to have a conversation about phones or whatever it is that you fear outside of urgency? This is the shift from reacting out of fear to responding with leadership. This is what I teach in the Trusted Method, to become this emotional leader so that you can have these conversations, so that they want to talk to you and listen to what you have to say. Like I said, I'm teaching this workshop next Monday, May 4th. This is exactly what I'm teaching about, how to recognize what's underneath your reactions and shift in real time. Because when you lower the fear, your teen feels safer. Emotional safety is trusted. This is exactly everything that I teach. And when they start to open up, you start to have that connection to where they're like, okay, mom's not freaking out. I can talk to her about other things. And that's the goal. It's not your teen making you react like this. You got to realize the phone's not making you, your teenager's not making you. It's the fear you haven't learned how to work through, the fear you haven't learned how to lead yet. This is what I help you do. Okay? So think about whatever it is you're fearful of. And when you sign up for the workshop, I'm going to ask you a series of questions and mention this. I'm fearful of this. I'd like support with this. If you are reacting out of fear about a number of things, that means you have an opportunity for growth. Doesn't that sound great? An opportunity for growth. I think I just paused here. I'm going to end this because time's up. This is day 20. I'll see you for the next 10 days. Let me know if you have any specific questions about why your teenager won't talk to you, and I'll see if I can address it in this series. Okay. Day 20. And ending on YouTube.